Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This one's a bit different because it's not my Book of Shadows and it's a live recording instead of a voiceover one, so if I don't talk correctly and I'm all brain fogged and stuff, I apologise. But it's one of those things that I feel needs live instead of voiceover. This is my latest obsession. It's something I've only just found out about, and I don't know how I've gone this long without knowing this is a thing that exists. It's called commonplacing and commonplace books. I went down yet another YouTube rabbit hole and just suddenly stumbled upon a commonplace book tutorial so-and-so, and then next thing I knew I wanted to do one myself, and I've been obsessed ever since. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about commonplacing and also how I'm doing it, and do a little bit of a tour of my commonplace books so far. Yeah, so get a drink, get a cup of tea, cup of coffee, hot chocolate, whatever. Settle down. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I haven't got a complete book. This is like the beginnings of this. So yeah, settle in, get all cozy, and hopefully you will enjoy. Alright, let's begin. Right, so commonplacing. I've not been very good at keeping diaries, and I've definitely not been very good at journaling in any way, shape or form. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. Like, I can't keep a diary because my diaries end up being so depressing. So depressing, I can't even tell you. Literally, my diaries are just woke up, survived, went to bed, repeat. I don't leave this bedroom. Hardly. So it's like pointless to keep a diary, so that's out. And then journaling, again, I've just not really got anything to say, which is kind of weird because I feel like I do have a lot to say, but at the same time I don't. Not in writing anyway, not enough to have an actual journal. So that kind of left me unable to have journals. That's why I focus so much on my Book of Shadows and all that stuff, which is fantastic and I love that, but I've never been able to have like a journal-y type thing. Scrapbooking, that was a thing that I could potentially do, but I never got into it. But then I discovered commonplacing, and I'll talk you through it as I go through this. So this is mine. This is what I'm classing as a commonplace book, even though I am just starting, so do not take my word as gospel on this, because I'm probably talking a load of rubbish. Like, I'm not a professional commonplace journaler, so yeah, ignore me for the most part. I'm just showing off the things that I like. This I got from 𝒃𝑒𝒶𝓁𝒾𝓃𝑔 like forever ago, and it's just been sat around not being used. So I thought this would be perfect. It's got a lovely little skull on it, and you know how I like my skulls. And it's just a really pretty little notebook that I got from 𝒃𝑒𝒶𝓁𝒾𝓃𝑔. I covered up the little price thingy because annoyingly it was printed on the actual thing itself. How annoying is that? So yeah, I as you do, I covered it up with a Grim Reaper smoking a cigarette. Why? I don't know. It just happened. But it's apart from that, it's a very, very beautiful notebook, journal-y type thingy, and I just never got to use it in any way. So I'm so happy that I finally get to use this thing. So I'll open it up and we can start learning together about journaling. So I thought I'd do a little introduction bit inside, obviously my silver pen came in. Of course it did. And then I wrote a little description about Commonplace Books, and I kind of did a little, made a little poem about it, kind of, sort of. I just put, a commonplace book is like a garden of thought where wisdom and wonder are carefully caught. And yeah, that sums it up pretty well. From what I've learnt so far, commonplacing, very popular in, I believe, the Victorian era. Don't quote me on it, but I think it was a very Victorian era type thing to do. And it's kind of just, it's very reminiscent of Book of Shadows type stuff. It's kind of where you keep bits of information, but it can be any and all kinds of information that you like and enjoy, or that's your favourite thing. And it's something you can keep to then later reference, or it can basically be anything. And that's the bit that caught my attention, because that's kind of very, very me. So you can kind of have quotes is the thing I've seen a lot of, just quotes, just collecting quotes. Just all kinds of different quotes from different people, you know, people, famous people, people you like, celebrities, philosophers, you name it. All different quotes that you like. You just write them in, keep them because you like them and you want to see them again and not forget about them and that kind of thing. Other things I've seen, song lyrics and lyrics that you like. Other things, book extracts, so like parts of books that you've read that you want to keep, things that inspire you, and it can kind of be, in a way, anything and everything. And that's kind of it as far as I've learnt. So that's what I've started doing, and now I'm just obsessed, because I've finally got a reason to journal to my heart's content. So I've got my little starter page, and then I started with a quote, one of my favourite quotes from Edgar Allan Poe, and it's, "And so being young and dipped in folly, I fell in love with melancholy." That sums me up pretty well. And then I have a sticker of mushrooms, big fan of mushrooms. And then I've got like a holographic thing. I don't know if that picks up on camera, but it's like holographic. Got some holographic stickers recently and I'm obsessed with those as well. A little tassel. I've just always had this, didn't know what to do with it. Just threw it in here, because why not? And then I've got ribbon. I've used this ribbon in one of my Book of Shadows videos. And I just stapled ribbon on the edges. I mean, some might say I've completely ruined the journal by doing that, but I think I've improved upon it. I just like, you know, I just like that kind of thing, just like kind of arty, turning it into a bit of an arty thing, because it's kind of slowly turned into a scrapbook as well. It's like part commonplace, part scrapbook. I have this thing, which is like just a giant clip, golden brass looking hand, and I just kind of keep it tucked in there, but what I use it for is to keep the pages open. I just kind of clip them together so it doesn't like do that. Some of my books do that and it's really annoying. I'll put that to one side. And then the first pages, the first couple of pages. So I've got some feathers, of course I do. I've got some feathers. I've forgotten what birds they've come from, because they're just from my big collection that I've got. Just got a black feather. And then I think this is a pheasant feather. I think it is. And then this is like an artificial feather that's kind of been painted black and gold, because that's my favourite combination of colour, black and gold, or silver and gold. If you've watched my videos, you'll know. And then I've got a really cute sort of paper clip thing, and it's just a little rose. It's really cute. And I didn't have a use for it, so I just kind of put it in there. I created like a pocket out of the first 2 pages, like this bit and the first page. Created a little, just stuck the 2 together, and now I've got like a little pocket that I can put stuff in. And then I've got my name, 𝒴𝓁𝒶𝓁𝒾𝓃𝓁𝓎, and some washi tape with Commonplace, and that's a theme that runs throughout the whole book, which I'll talk about in a minute. A random sticker, and then this is kind of the scrapbook vibes coming in, where random things I've collected where I've got no use for them, I'm now just sticking them in here pretty much all the time. And it kind of turns it into like, kind of like a diary, because it's like, how do I explain this with my brain fog? It's like documenting, like, even though the quotes or the thing that I'm writing won't make any sense to what's on the page, it reminds me that on that day I had this particular scrap bit of paper that I just stuck in there. I'll show you what that means later on. You'll understand what I mean by that later on. Another holographic sticker, and again, one of my favourite quotes, but I don't know who it's by, but it's just one of my all-time faves. Of all the ways I have chosen to fight back, putting myself first was one of my most rebellious acts. Yep, one of my faves. And then this page, I've kept these stickers, and I decided to use these as bookmarks in a way, to like section off the pages, which you'll see in more detail when I get into the main part of the book. This was just a random journal entry that I made when I wanted it to be a journal and just a diary type thing. But I didn't have the heart to rip this page out, so I just left this, and it's kind of, I guess, like it's a weird introduction to the whole thing in a way. I'm not gonna read it because it's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of, it's pretty deep. It's a deep one, but I don't mind if you read it. You can pause if you want. You can pause and read it if you wish. It's just a bit of rambling from my brain that I did one day. Thoughts and Feelings, I titled that one. Stuck a butterfly sticker on it. But yeah, that's before I decided to turn it into a commonplace book. But commonplace books can also be used like that. You can just have little brain dumps whenever you want. And you can just write about whatever you want. Let me take a drink. I'm not used to talking live, sorry. I hope it's recording, oh gosh. It better be recording, or I'll be very mad. I'm pretty sure we're okay. Yes, I think we are. Right, moving on. I'm rambling, aren't I? I've got a little... I got this. It's just a business card, but it's from a really lovely shop that I went to fairly recently. And it was such a great experience because I hadn't been outside and out and about for so long. And I went specifically to a town about 40 minutes drive away, just so I could see two very specific witchcraft shops, both of which were amazing, and I got loads of goodies. I splashed out that day and I got loads of goodies. And so that's a business card from one of the shops, Lottie's Little Shop, and it's in Richmond. And the other shop was called 𝒹𝒹𝒹𝒶𝓁𝒾𝓃𝓁𝓎, and I just happened to have a sticker that said that, so that kind of reminds me of both of those shops. And 𝒹𝒹𝒹𝒶𝓁𝒾𝓃𝓁 was amazing. There was a witch who was the owner of that shop. I just randomly said that I was a witch. I didn't care. I was just like, I'm a witch, hi, how are you? And she was like, oh my god, thank God, because I've had nothing but muggles all day. And we started chatting, and my parents were just watching us like, what the hell's going on? But that was the first like in real life witch encounter that I've ever had, and it was so amazing. It was just so cute and sweet. It was just such a lovely day. So that's why that's in there, to remind me of that day. Whenever I open this book, there it is, right here in the front. So moving on to the actual thing. So yeah, here are the sticker things. So every time it changes from quotes to lyrics to books to whatever, I use one of these to sort of symbolise that we're changing topics. And same with the washi tape, I decided to do like a washi tape colour scheme. So the quotes, I decided to just use this kind of, for me it's like a bluey green colour. I don't know what it's like on camera for you guys, but it's like a bluey green, and it's kind of got like a pattern in it in certain light. Again, I don't know if this picks up or not. I always write Commonplace on it as well, all the way through. And as per usual, I've got a gold and silver pen sort of running through the whole book. It's just gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver. And then, as you can see, it's, as the title suggests, it's just quotes. Just literally quotes. Any and all quotes that I find and that I really like just go in here for safekeeping. And I think important thing, if you're reading it, you will see swearing, because even though it's all fancy and pretty, I do like funny quotes as well as profound quotes, so there'll be a little bit of both mixed in, which I think is kind of funny because that sums me up really well. Just to have like a super profound quote and then suddenly a quote that's like rude or just totally rubbish, yeah. But yeah, as I collected quotes, I sort of fell in love with it more because I realised, in a way, it is like a diary. It is like me. It's putting me and the essence and the energy of who I am onto paper, because it's quotes that only I resonate with and quotes that I believe deserve to be in here, and I pick and choose what I want and don't want. So in a weird kind of way, it is like it's like building a story of who I am. So in a way, it's very personal. It's actually really personal. It is kind of like a diary. And that's what drew me into the idea. And then as you can see here, so like just on this particular day when I was doing these 2 pages, I had this post-it note from Richmond, as I mentioned before, from the witch shop lady. She recommended a marketplace in Darlington, and apparently on the 5th of December they have a little marketplace event thing with lots of cool things that I like in it. So I stuck that here so that hopefully I can remember to maybe, if I can, go to this next year. Not next year, this year. She gave me this last year, so next year. No, this year. Brain. Now's not the time, brain. Stop being brain fogging, brain. You get the idea. I had this post-it note, I needed to keep it safe, so I put it in here. It's got no reference to these quotes, but I was like, put it in there. And then put a nice little flower in as well, because why not? And that's when it started turning slowly into a scrapbook as well. So yeah, continuing with the quotes. So I got, this was around Christmas time and my birthday, which is just gone. So there's a lot of like stamps and things that have come out of Christmas cards and envelopes and like packaging from presents or gifts or whatever. So you'll see a lot of those scattered around as we go. And I use highlighter as well. I've got some, I've got 4 highlighters that were just in all of my arts and crafts stuff that I've never used before. And they're shiny, like glittery. In certain light you might be able to see, but you probably won't. But again, I colour coded it a bit, and for the quotes I just highlight keywords that kind of stick out, just to give it a bit more, just to make the page a bit more interesting to look at. Obviously my swirly whirly curly handwriting. A lot of these are profound. I'd say profound. No, actually looking at it now, it's a mixture of both. Some of them are long, some of them are short. And it's kind of, yeah, it's just what I think on the day is a good quote or not. So yeah, keeping it going. And then that is packaging from Florida water. I got myself some Florida water at last. And that was the bit of packaging that fell off. So I stuck that down, and then also a £20 little little thing that was written on a wand that I got. A wand, I say sarcastically, from a antique store, and I bought that for £20, and I took it home and discovered it was not a wand, even though the guy in the shop said it was. That's the story time for another day, I think. There's definitely a story for another day. Sweet wrapper. Literally a sweet wrapper, a chocolate wrapper. This is when I started thinking, let's not be perfect, because it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to get away from being so perfect, so that's why I started really just putting anything in amongst all of the quotes and text. Trust in new beginnings. I am the observer of my thoughts. Get shit done. Simple to the point. Some Christmas wrapping paper with some nice flower stickers. You can see I keep writing commonplace on every single one. Let us live since we must die. Be enough for yourself first. The rest of the world can wait. I like that. Well, of course I like that. I put that in there. That's why I like it. If it's in here, it means I like it. I'm just rereading them. Whenever you are creating beauty around you, you are restoring your own soul. rereading them. Yeah, more packaging, a little thank you sticker on some packaging, more packaging, even more packaging. Sorry, I'm probably going off the camera there. Let me just double check. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm in camera. Sorry, I keep wandering. I keep going that way. Yeah, more thingies. Yeah, here you go. I don't speak French except croissant. That's what I mean by don't take it too seriously. I think, I mean, a lot of the ones that I watched from other people are very serious, like super serious, very, very professional looking. And I was just like, nah, I can't do that. I can't be serious, at least not to that extent. So yeah, I started having a lot of fun with it instead. So it's profound, but it's also not at the same time. But I think that's something that we should all learn to do, to not take it seriously. Aha, we have switched into the poem department. So different sticker and different washi tape to represent new chapter. And then I started getting a bit fancier with my sticker collection because I've got so many. Started off strong with an Edgar Allan Poe. I think that's The Raven. Is it The Raven? I think it's The Raven. Yeah, it is The Raven. Yeah. Brain fogging, I'm sorry. Then another one, Dead Poets Society. I think that's a very popular poem, that one. I've seen that a lot. Death, that one's called. I like dramatic quotes, okay? Unscented candle, I just happened to open an unscented candle that day. And that's the wrapping paper for it, and just in it goes. And then some more stickers. If I don't have anything to put in, I'll just get some stickers or scrapbook paper and do it that way. Immortality, that one's called. Oh, that's a really popular poem, I think. That's like a popular funeral type poem. Gosh, I'm dramatic AF, aren't I? Echoes. Two versions of a poem called Echoes. And then that's just like some random notes that I made on a different piece of paper. And then I was like, I'll just stick that in, why not? And I kind of like the effect it's got, just like really random writing. And this is from a book that I really like, that I found in a charity shop of all places, and it's like super old, and it's called Legends and Lyrics, Adelaide A. Proctor, Legends and Lyrics. I'll show you it, because I think my mum is plinging me on Messenger, so I'm gonna have to leave for a second. Be right back. I'm back, I found it. I found it, I found the book I was on about. Yeah, I found this in a library. Library? Brain! Brain! Brain, please. Please work, Brain. Just please. For the video. Do it for the video, Brain. Please. Please. Do it for the brain. Do it for the brain. Do it for the video. Do it for the video, Brain. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Okay. I don't care if I mess this up. I'm gonna upload it regardless. Okay. This is the book I found from a charity shop. Not a library, a charity shop. Pretty old. I've no idea who owned it. But yeah, I just fell in love with it instantly. Lyrics, Legends and Lyrics. and it's just literally full of really cool poems. Just loads of different poems. I'm yet to read all of them, and then it's got like random pictures as well in the middle. Really cool. I just love old books, aren't they so cool? With the page all like aged and all that. It's just like, oh, who did it belong to? Why did they give it to charity? I've no idea. Yeah, I'm yet to read all of this, but yeah, this is definitely going to be a very big contributor to my Commonplace book, because I'm definitely going to find a lot of poems in here that I'm going to really love. I can just tell. But yeah, that's the book I was on about, and it's like got like, it's kind of aged, but it's got a bit of a gold edge around it, so that sold it. Anyway, my hands are dirty now because it's such an old book. Right, where was I? Where was I? Yes, so sticking random notes that I would have normally just binned or discarded, and I kind of really love the effect that it's making. So yeah, this was a Christmas card with a robin on it. I really like the picture, so I stuck that down first, and then because I stuck a picture of a robin down, I then looked up poems about robins, and that's when I realised robins had an association with death, apparently. Like if you see a robin, it's like a loved one, apparently. I didn't know that. So I was like, oh good, because pretty much all of this is about the same topic. So perfect. So I just got a few poems that I really liked and used the red card paper that it came in, little random sticker saying Merry Christmas. And then a bit of my broomstick fell off. I was doing like a bit of a cleansing, clearing negative energy ritual, and I bashed something with the broomstick and my broomstick fell apart, and I was like, no, broom, no. And then I was like, all right, then I'll just stick it in. I'll just stick this bit of twig just in here, and it just works. It just works. Just yet another excuse to be arty and creative. A cup of tea by Anonymous. How very British of me to write a poem about a cup of tea, or rather insert a poem. I didn't write this poem, what am I on about? I drew a little teacup and I put not everybody's cup of tea. Do you get it? Do you get it? Not everyone's cup of tea? What this video is going to be is not everybody's cup of tea. I also got this guy that you can probably see on the corner of the screen. My little 𝒹𝒹𝓁𝑒𝒃 moss ball plant. I got this guy. I love him. He's my best friend. He's my best friend. He's my pet now. It's just a ball of algae. It's just a little mushy green ball of algae, and I care more about this ball of algae than I do myself. All right? He's my new best friend. I'm gonna call him Jeff. So this was his packaging. This little bit here was his packaging. And then this here was also part of the packaging. So it's like how to care for it. And it's like a bit about the legend. Because that's the thing. Once I got that, I like started researching if there was any kind of folklore or any kind of just any information about them, or if they had any kind of spiritual meaning. I do that all the time now for everything. And then I ended up finding the most beautiful folklore behind the 𝒹𝒹𝓁𝑒𝒃. And it's just the best thing ever. It's like all about good fortune and everything. And so what I did is I thought gold washi tape could symbolise special. So like something I find really special, I'll use the gold washi tape for. And that was the packaging, last rose, that's the packaging for this that I picked up earlier, this thing. So that's what this came in. And I was like, but the packaging's so cute though, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to throw that away. So I just stuck that down because it's just so pretty anyway, and it's special on the special page. And then I thought I'll put this little bit of info about the 𝒹𝒹 and just tuck him in there. Like little tucking space, it's so cute. And yeah, it's like a whole love story, like a Japanese love story, and it's just the cutest thing ever. And now I love them, and I'm probably going to get 20 moss balls and end up, yeah. And they're really easy to care for because they just outlive everything and you don't even really have to touch them that much, and they kind of just, they just sit there. They're the perfect pet. Much better than anything else because you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I swapped over to gold and wrote down the bit of folklore. It's kind of long story, so I wrote it in my own words. So that's cool. And then we just quickly flip back over to more poems, because we're still in poem territory. But I kind of like that. I like that I was just poems and doing all that, but then in my life, I just happened to get a moss ball, and something happened, and now it's like a little special page. So that's what I mean by I'm like forming a bit of a story in this thing as I go along. And that's what I mean by personal. It like gets very personal depending on how much you put in it. So that's kind of why I'm obsessed at the moment. More packaging, and yeah, more poem. And then running out of space became a thing. So I started getting creative with like getting bits of craft paper out and then making little like flip out things. It's suddenly interactive now. It's just, it keeps getting better the more you go through. So yes, another poem, but I don't think I actually put the name of the poem, which, whoops, and it's by someone called C, just the letter C, that helps. But yeah, whatever that is, I loved it. And A Matter of Time by Jimmy Osborne, put that down there. And then I think, yeah, that's it. So it goes down like that, and then because I didn't want to flip a page, I added this thing, and then I continued the poem down here. And then I think it ends about here, and then I had that space left, so I found a really small poem that I liked to just put there. And then got some nice flowers, some ladybirds, and then more packaging and a tiramisu packaging because I was eating a tiramisu when I made this. So I was like, all right then, you can go in there. And hey, tiramisus are my favourite thing ever to eat, so why not have a tiramisu packaging in there? Why not? A bit of leftover Robin card from that. And then turn it around, and a little quote. I have travelled through madness to find me. You bet I have. You bet I have. And then in this little flippy, I had some more space, so yet another poem fit in there nicely. A journey. Another little ladybug, a little love heart, more washi tape. I now need way more washi tape than I've ever needed in my whole life because of this. Right. Sorry, that was thick. I thought I had more page. Barn owls in Suffolk. Yep. had to have some poems about owls, of course I did. This was around my, it was Christmas or birthday, but I got a really cool piece of art that was on a geode crystal slice. So I put the little certificate and I stuck that down in there, and then the bit of info that came with the painting I put in here as well. Do not place in direct sunlight as the colours may fade. That's fine because I'm in my room. My room is in the attic. I don't get sunlight. I'm a vampire. And so I just, put those there to keep safe. Again, a bit of packaging, a bit of random pink ribbon, and I was like, yeah, just get that in there, why not? A bit of scrap paper that was a printer accident, so I was just like, get that in there. A lottery ticket. A losing lottery ticket, to be precise. Very me, very on brand, so I put that in there, because why not? Then another bit of packaging. Hope is the thing with feathers, Emily Dickinson. And we're back at the gold again, because now I've moved on to songs and song lyrics. I love music and I love songs, and they get me through the day, they really do. I get very sentimental when it comes to music and certain songs, so I started by getting gold out for special, because I wanted to start it off with like my favourite piece of music ever written, and that's Saturn by Sleeping at Last. I probably mentioned that in my Book of Shadows video, that they're like my favourite band, like anyway, and but Saturn is my absolute favourite. And I got special sticker out for that one, my little fancy stained glass effect, holographic crystal ball thing going on there, and some silver envelope from some of my Christmas cards. Yeah, that song, amazing, love it. And then with the leftover bit of envelope, I wrote another song on this side, The Horror. Doesn't sound like a good song, but it's actually a really lovely song. So wrote that on that side, and then because this one is a long song, Happy Loner by Marina. Because it's a long song, I ran out of room again, so I just went, extend! If it's long, extend it! I am a genius! I am genius. And then there's more packaging. I have a lot of packaging, is what I've discovered, from all the things that I order all the time. But yeah, loads of packaging, but that song was long, so I like extended it down. Got a little barn owl sticker there, very cute. And then it kind of flips over like that for the other song with a bat, just a random bat. Why? No idea. I think I just thought horror and like bat kind of fit together, so yeah. So that's like special page, and then we move on to just songs in general. So we've got Billie Eilish, a bit of Billie Eilish. What Was I Made For? I wasn't a big fan of the Barbie film in general, but the song, I adored it, so that's gone in there. As you can see, more Christmas stuff that kind of flips open. So I managed to fit the whole song in there. Some nice flowers. And then I've got a butterfly sticker, and then I got a little one of those mindfulness quote book things, like those mini ones that you can get everywhere. And I decided, instead of just not using it, because that's probably what I would have done, just not used it, I thought I'll just like cut out some of the ones I really like and just fill some space with the ones that I like and stick those in. And also because this song's about finding joy and all that kind of thing. I just think it's funny that when you flip that over, suddenly it's like the most joyous time of the year with happy little Santas, and it's like finding childhood joy again. It just that's what I was thinking at that time. And I've got hope and joy stuck on there as well. And then I've got Thumbelina by Lizzie Hillard. It's just such a cute song, and it stuck in my head for all eternity. So I added like a little fairy sticker. I have fairy stickers, but I've got no use for them. But finally I had a reason. And then I have some more envelopes, stamps, and random cutouts. I might put, if I'm able to, in the description for this video, I might put these songs in it for you, so you can go look them up yourself if you wish, because they're good songs. I like them. Might be worth a listen if you've not heard them before. Still on with songs, we've got The Ballad of the Witch's Road from Agatha All Along, because it's such an awesome show. And I made a whole video making a Book of Shadows page based on this song and that show. And yeah, it's good enough for me to dive back in and actually make another page with that on. So I've got a tarot reader, there's some random mushrooms, and then I've got the quote again, I loved being a witch. And then it's just a piece of like gold card. So I just stuck that down and I wrote the whole thing on top like that. And then I used the rest of it to kind of decorate and add a few things into it. So I've got, this is more of a quote. So I was a bit cheeky and I added a quote to go alongside this song. And this is, oh no, it's not a quote, it's like a poem. It's more of a poem. And it's called The Tower. If you know, you know. It's to do with the show, Tower card. So I wrote down that and used some holographic stuff again. And the quote ends with, because my tower isn't made of stone, it's all inside my head. Very profound, and I like it a lot. And sticking with the witches theme, another song called My Mother's Savage Daughter. It's such a powerful song. Just really like, just screams witchcraft. It's so good. So again, it was a little bit long, so I extended it with a bit of craft paper with some roses, stuck a little leaf thing on. Another special sticker, but this time it's a little cauldron. It's a cute little cauldron, little bubbling cauldron. And then I kind of extended it down, carried it all down there to the end. Again, just little bits of washi tape to fill in the spaces. Still highlighting as I go. This is just like a little silvery highlighter that glitters as well, if you can see it. Not sure if you can. Just highlighting the important little words in there. But yeah, that's like a bit like a witchy page, that one. Before the Party's Over. That was a Eurovision Song Contest song that I just fell in love with. And on the day I wrote that, I went to the pantomime for my birthday. And that used to be a tradition of me and my friends. We used to go to the pantomime every single year without fail, and we kind of just, that sort of drifted away. And then I got ill, which didn't help matters, so it's the first time in a very long time that I've been to the pantomime, and it was so much fun. I loved it. So I cut up like a bit of the receipt and a bit of the map of the place where it was, Harrogate, and I like circled it And then it was Beauty and the Beast, so I put highlighted that, and then I put a little rose and carried on with the rose paper. And then like a little weird sticker with like a bit of a lion face on it to represent the beast. It's got nothing to do with the song, but it's just on that day I happened to go to the pantomime, so it kind of like that crossover. Born to Be Alive, another really beautiful song. That's more of the ticket. Thank you for booking, this is your ticket. So just put that there, more roses, and then I needed a bit more space, so I just had a bit of a note paper, a little bit extra note paper from like an Alice in Wonderland style notepad that I have, just to add in that those extra lyrics that I couldn't quite fit in. But I like the interactiveness of it. And that's what I mean by it's kind of turning into an art thing as well, like a scrapbook. A bit of an arty scrapbook. I couldn't help myself, it just happens. I can't help it, I have to be arty. Another song that's like very close to my heart as well. Not quite close enough for the gold, but it was 2 pages worth. Another Sleeping at Last song, and it's called 2. And this is the song that I associate with my spirit guide through divination stuff and tarot and a bit of meditation. I kind of worked out together. My spirit guide told me that 2 was the song that they wanted to say to me. Long story. If you watch my witchy videos, you'll know my guy in the sky is 𝒃𝒃. So I got some old wallpaper and I cut it out, painstakingly cut it out, put a little owl on there, and then underneath it the word resourceful, because that felt appropriate, and then a little hidden owl sticker, and then a little quote that just says, "I can try again tomorrow." I've said that so many times over the last 10 years. I'll try again tomorrow. And yes, 2 by Sleeping at Last, and it's the most beautiful song and it makes me cry every time. So I'm not going to read any of it. But back to the quotes. We're back to the quotes. We've gone back to this one now, so back to quotes. And then again, a bit of Christmas card, leftovers, some more stickers, more of that little quote book that I got, some of my own stickers, little flowers, some little holographic ones again. Some of these quotes, though, are so funny. On a quest right now, talk later. Yeah. If mushrooms can grow through S word, so can you. Hang on, I've already sworn on this video. I can say that word. Never mind. Right. Yeah, I'm just sorry, I'm reading all the quotes. I love it. I just love it. This is such a good idea. Like, I'm thinking on a chronic illness point of view, I think this is a really cool idea if you're capable, like if you're able to do stuff like this, even if it's a really slow process, which mine has been pretty slow. I can only do this when I'm well enough to do it, but it's a really cool mindfulness practice I've found. Just to sit and write something, you know, just like put some music on, get creative and just write, and kind of, because it's not your stuff that you're trying to make up off the top of your head, it's so much easier and it's just so calming. And then you slowly form a bit of this like bond with this book, and it's like, I think this is a really cool thing for somebody who's like in a position like me, who can't do like a travel journal or any of these really fancy journals that have just got so many interesting things in them, because that's just not the life that we live. You know, I'm literally in my bedroom 24/7 pretty much, so there's not a lot I can do. So it's such a great idea to just document random stuff that you find and that you like, and you barely have to think about it. I've just found it so fun and calming. It's just such a nice little escape as well from reality. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that was a side tangent. Still more quotes, flowers. I hope this email doesn't find you. I hope you've escaped and now you're free. F off, I've got magical shit to do. I love that I didn't go serious with it as well. It looks really serious, but when you actually read the quotes, didn't mean to be so effing adorable and funny and deep and sensitive. My bad. Yeah, more Christmas card, random cutouts, loads of envelopes from over that time of the year, so I had lots to work with. More quotes, more packaging, fancy book stickers, good vibes, another cool special sticker, more packaging, thankful, just quote unquote, unquote, unquote. No rain, no flowers. Do good recklessly. I like that one. Weird vibe only. Within me there is anger unlike anything you've ever seen. Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't worry guys, we're at the end. We're at the end. More quotes. A thistle. We got delicate. And then my washi tape ran out. It ran out. It ran out. I'm going to have to do a whole new colour scheme of washi tape. No! My poor washi tape. So I'm going to have to, yeah, I might have to do like a colour-coded washi tape thing at the back maybe. Just to say, this means that, this means that. Because I'm going to have to carry on quotes with a whole new set of washi tapes now. So I just put the rest of it there and just put tape ran out. Just so I know. I don't need a recipe for disaster. I usually just eyeball it. And then another special song. We've gone back to songs now. So this is the final page. This is the last bit I've done. And then I've got all of this left. Got all of this to fill, which is good and exciting, and I plan to fill every single page. That's my goal. Get every single page filled. So yeah, this other song is Hi Ren by Ren. And this song is ridiculously long. So I got some more spare wallpaper and I made like this sort of tuck thing. I guess you could call it like a pocket. So that was a thing I tried out about writing the lyrics, but it failed miserably, but I kept it anyway because it just looks cool, having all the squiggly wiggly overlapping. It's kind of a bit like the song. It's like the mind's all over the place, arguing with itself. Got some flowers, another holographic butterfly, and then my plan is to just keep writing. The song is massive though, so many lyrics, so I'm just kind of writing all the lyrics as best I can on some paper, and I've kind of worked out what I'm going to do. Something like this is where I'm going to I think I'm going to staple it down like that and have all the lyrics like this, like in a bit of a booklet type thing. So it just kind of goes like that and like that. That's my plan with that one. But again, a song that makes me cry every time, very powerful, quite connected to illness and things like that. The inner demons, that nasty voice inside your head and fighting with it. I'll try put the songs in the description, like I said, so that you can go see it yourself if you wish. And yeah, that's it. Oh God, I hope this is still recording. It better be. Right. That is it. That's what I've done so far. That is kind of, sort of, maybe what commonplacing is. Do your own research is what I suggest. Because I might be doing it completely wrong. But nevertheless, this is my new favourite thing to do. I'm really enjoying the process. It's very freeing, very calming, as I said, very mindful. Feels very mindful when you're doing it, and it's like slowly forming a bit of a diary scrapbook story, which is awesome. I love it. Yeah, so these are all my pages that I've done so far. It's my little tour for you. And I plan to keep doing it, and I'll probably make another tour of it when I've done maybe the same amount again. And we can do a little recap and see what's changed and see where it takes me. You never know. But yeah. Anyway, I won't pack it all up because that'll take loads of time, and I've probably taken forever as per usual. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope it's given you an idea as well. That's my main reason for showing this off, because I didn't know this was a thing until really recently. So I hope that me telling you might, you know, suddenly you'll be like, oh, I like the sound of that. I might look into that and see if I can do anything like that. And I highly recommend it. I really do. Anyway, I am exhausted now, so I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next video. Bye bye now.